Welcome to Charissa Marie's Maternal Musings. I'm your host, Charissa Marie. Join me for heartfelt conversations with mothers, aunts, and fellow moms who also happen to be entrepreneurs, teachers, doctors, therapists, and more. We'll share profound life advice and wisdom, exploring personal experiences, life lessons, and professional expertise to enlighten, encourage, and empower. Tune in for inspiration and subscribe to join our journey of growth and empowerment. Well, hello. It's me, Chris Marie, with Charissa Marie's Maternal Musing. And this is going to be a fun conversation. It's about procrastination, which we're all guilty of at some point of our lives. Some of us figure it out sooner. Some of us, it's a work in progress, okay? So welcome. Let's start by saying how grateful I am that you are tuning in today to listen in to this podcast. Also, I want to remind you all that I love you all and I'm glad you're here. Remember to download, if you're watching this on one of the many podcast platforms, download this podcast because it helps grow the podcast. If you are watching it on YouTube, then subscribe to the YouTube channel. And feel free to share this with as many people as you like so that we can continue to grow. So let's get into this. Let's talk about procrastination. There are many of us who struggle with procrastination. And I'm going to say also maybe a fear of failure. I will say, if I'm being honest, that's me, a fear of failure. Because I don't want to work really hard and then have it not fly or have it not coast or have it fail. That would devastate me. And I haven't grown all the way up yet, evidently, because it really does something to me. And it sometimes, it does something to me. But what is important is to not be paralyzed by the fear of failure, because those little failures are going to make you stronger. They're going to show you your mistakes so that you don't repeat those mistakes. Those things are important, and that's how we all grow. All right, and to just empower yourself to decide to continue on. All right, to take actions toward your goal. So let's talk about waiting for the perfect time. There is no such thing as the perfect time. And that's where some of us get hung up on. To start a business, to start any kind of venture or adventure or ask someone out or whatever it is, there's no perfect time. Now, there are inappropriate times, but there's no perfect time. You just have to do it. You just have to do it. So I long ago, before the podcast was a podcast, I knew I wanted to tell a story. I wanted to put myself out there and see if I'm the only one having the problems that I have as just a woman here in America, a Black woman in America. And, I struggled with other things like, how do you handle relationships and trying to grow professionally and all those things. And if I had waited for the perfect camera, for the perfect mic, for the perfect PC or laptop or perfect lighting, then I would still just be waiting. Because even with things, and I have them now, the shows they're not ever perfect. There's something that happens, and sometimes it's a beautiful thing, but nothing is ever perfect, right? So don't let that stop you from making that first step. So this is a true story. Long ago, now it's about maybe 8 years ago, or so. I said, you know what? I'm not waiting for the perfect camera. I'm not waiting for the perfect thing. I'm just going to get it started. And the setting was loud because I was outside. And so the sound wasn't as good, but I was very passionate about what it is I was speaking about. And it seemed to ring true for many who were listening and who were watching that. And that had to have been probably one of my best videos ever. And I wasn't ready. I just knew what I needed to say. And that's really what mattered. And that's what all of it is, right? If I had waited, um, I would have never even had the thought that I could do this or accomplish what I've accomplished so far. So there's no perfect time. You just have to make the time, right? So the myth of perfect timing is it's that's what it is. It's a myth. So it's an illusion. I don't know if we tell ourselves this to give us time to prepare. Preparation is always good, but even as you prepare, um, there you still have to take the next step, and that's to do whatever action it is that you are avoiding doing. You have to move your feet one in front of the other. If you have to move your mindset, you have to change your mind and decide that today is the day that I'm going to do it. Otherwise, so there's a couple of quotes I have to say, and I'm not sure of the sources. Um, Done is better than perfect. Get it done. Done is better than perfect. And here's another one. This is a good one. So write this one down. You don't have to be great to start, but you do have to start to be great. Let me say that again for the people in the back. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start. You have to start to be great. Um, you tell me you understand what that means. Just like I did with the camera outside with the wind and the noise and the improper lighting, it wasn't great, but the outcome was great. And all I did was start. All I did was start. That's all you have to do is start. Really, once you start, you'll feel the momentum building and you want to continue. So let's talk about some action steps. Identify one small step toward a goal today. Whatever it is, whether it is making a call to someone, reaching out via email, whether it is ordering your business cards or whatever it is. It could be setting up something in your website, creating a social media platform for your new endeavor and not just a personal one. Just make one small step toward a goal. Something that my daughter does, I think she still does. She's in her 30s, right? And I loved this. So I was visiting her one time and she had post-it notes in the guest room. Now, we have to talk about the location later, but she had post-it notes of her goals on the wall. And it was a wall full of things. And as she would get closer to her goal, or once she completed that goal, that task would come off the wall. So she would remove it. And that is like a vision board, right? But it is a powerful tool, simple and powerful, because now you've got a couple of messages. Now the first message is, I have a goal. This is what I want to do. The power comes in once you do that task and you remove it from the wall. And honestly, that's a beautiful thing. And I think, I have taken a note out of that and I am doing that currently. Now, my whole wall isn't covered, and it's actually my mirror. My mirror in my bathroom that I have to look in every day. I put in, I made not a big list because I wanted to keep it realistic for me. And I want to do a little bit at a time so it feels like I'm conquering the task, right? So I had about 10 post-it notes on my mirror. And now I am down to maybe 4, and that's progress. So I see that I am capable. I am telling myself these messages that I can do it. I'm achieving those things, and then I remove it from the mirror, right? So just do it. Okay, something else that is also really important and necessary, I think. Commit to a timeline and share it with an accountability partner. Share it with someone that and you know what? Let me start by saying you can't share your bright ideas with everyone for so many reasons. One is if they don't truly believe in your heart that you can do it, they will those thoughts are transferable and you may begin to question your thoughts and if you can do that. So I'll find a accountability partner that is aligned with your thinking, and you all perhaps they have a goal and you could be an accountability partner for them, and you check in on each other. Not just social check-ins, of course, do that, but check in to see how it's going, where you can encourage her and vice versa, where she can encourage you. And be honest with you. Accountability partners should hold your feet to the fire if something is crazy. Like, no, you shouldn't do that. That's insensitive. So you have someone, and it's also a good idea to have a second pair of eyes, kind of see what you're doing, how you're doing it, and yeah, keep going, keep pushing. So the power of momentum is gigantic, enormous. Um, Taking one step really does create an energy and a motivation that just wants you to keep going. So, like that little the podcast, the idea, because I wouldn't even have called it a podcast in the beginning. The talk that I had in the beginning, I just had to take the step and decide to do it. And then I was in my office inviting people for interviews, and then it picked up momentum, and then it was like booked, and it was a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing, but I will say you have to keep doing it. You can't stop, you can't take breaks. It'll come back to bite you later. But that's neither here nor there. It's one of those things I learned in my failures and what works and doesn't work, right? So, um, failure is not a bad word. Let's normalize failure. It's part of the journey. It's part of the journey. So there are famous people who are blessed with their life now, but who didn't have it 40 years ago. I'm thinking about Oprah Winfrey, who's one of my favorite people in the world, and honestly was very influential to many of us. But she started off in Chicago and was told how she'll never be on the news because of her appearance and because people weren't always open to seeing and witnessing the talent in front of them. They had their mindset what a person should be like or look like. And look at her now. Not only had she had a wonderful career as a talk show host, she started a whole other like television group, and we are all watching it. Well, I am watching it, and it seems to be growing and doing wonderful. So, yeah, don't let failure stop you. Let that motivate you and move you to building up the momentum that you need to keep this up. So, all right. let's talk about our small wins. It's important to celebrate the small wins because each win gets us closer to our big goal, right? So it's when I got the feedback from that particular video, it was a very small win. It was not a lot of people, but the feedback that I got, it made me realize that I'm supposed to do that. And I'm not going to fight it anymore. I'm going to do it, but I have to treat it as a business. But celebrate the small wins. I don't want to get too far deep into that yet. Celebrate the big wins. Yes, you made those goals. Yes, you did that. Take yourself out for some dinner, out with your friends, but do celebrate. Make that a regular thing. Okay. If we can make if we can make cyberbullying, that's, I don't want to say that because I don't want to put that in the atmosphere. But if we can make the images and the things that we see online real, and sometimes they're not real, then we can make real our thoughts. We can put forth energy, momentum, actual footsteps toward our goals to make them actually real. Focus on that. Don't let the distractions of the world get you out of sync with what you're supposed to do. Okay, so celebrate them and then reflect on what you learned from your setbacks without dwelling on them. So don't beat yourself up about it. If something didn't work out right, someone did not reply to your email, don't beat yourself up about it. It's just, there could be some personal reasons, there could not be personal reasons, and they're just a jerk, whatever it is. Don't let that devour you. Don't let that be the reason that you stop. Keep going. You're onto something. Okay. Um, let's see. I'm looking at notes as I'm talking to you. I hope my eyes don't look funny like they did last year. So we talked about purpose in a previous video, but God's purpose for you is greater than any fear you have ever had. So God's purpose for you is greater than any fear that you ever had. So when I leave out of here, out of my office for the morning, I don't really want to hear all the reasons why you can't. God's going to do his part. You have to do your part. Get started and then let me know how it goes. Okay. So I would love to see your progress. Feel free to communicate with me. Leave messages in the chat or leave email. Send me messages. I want to see from you all how you are making progress with your businesses, your personal life, or whatever it is that moves you. I really want to see what people are saying and how that's working. If you do that, don't forget to tag the podcast. All right, it's pound Charissa Marie, maternalmusings.com. But yeah, I would like to know what that is. Shutting out the noise is extremely important too. So you don't want to talk yourself out of a mission, right? You have got to shut the windows of the noise outside of your mind, your heart, your spirit, all the things that move you to do what you are called to do, so that you can get it done and then achieve. So I'm going to remind you of the why, and you need to listen to the why. You listen to your heart tell you what the why of your personal goal is. The why do I do that? So for me, here's my why. My why is I feel a little empty when I am not um, uplifting. That's really my why. I feel a little on E if I'm not uplifting or doing something to make people live a smarter, wiser, healthier life. I am blue if I don't do it. It was killing me. I had to stay home a few days from work because I felt like I should be out in the world. I shouldn't have been because I was sick, but there's something in me, I can't explain it, that just grows and gets warm with joy when I feel like I am helping someone out. All right. And that could be obviously because um, I I get something out of it too, not just them. I also feel like I learned from other people's experiences, just like they learned from my experience. But that's my why. Your task is to figure out what is your why and focus on how to not let the noises of people whispering your ear about what you can't do stop you from focusing on your why. Don't be moved. Now let's talk about our insecurities and how others' insecurities and opinions can derail us if we give them an opportunity. So don't allow that to happen at all. So a couple of things you can do is surround yourself, of course, with supportive people. Practice affirmations and prayer to strengthen your confidence. Um, it works. You know what? I remember like as in my 20s when I grew up and I left home and I just was out on my own on my adventure. One of the things that my mom always said was, find a good church home that's anywhere. Don't forget to pray. Because pray does change things and it also makes you stronger and makes you focus. And and remember you're uplifting someone. It's not just about you, but it does make a difference in my life when I do pray and make positive affirmation. And then when I find someone that agrees with me. So trusting your unique path. Only you and God know your purpose, right? Not everybody understands what it is you're doing. It's not for them to understand. So, how can you avoid your joy being stolen? How can you avoid your joy in what it is you're trying to do be stolen from being stolen? And that is you're so busy chugging along, you're so busy in the thing that you don't have time to listen. I don't. I just kind of let it roll off my back because I'm not listening. I'm busy trying to make sure I get what I needed to get done, and so that I can be a help to someone, and also pay for my things because I still will always say that God gave us all gifts and life is not supposed to be hard. And well, I shouldn't say that. Life is hard, but life shouldn't be, well, oh, I can't eat because I hadn't cleaned this. Or just do what you have to do. It takes 2 minutes. To do it. I say that because my daughter will do that all the time. I'll say, do you want some eggs? No, I didn't boil any eggs. Boil some eggs. You know what I mean? So it takes 15 minutes. But anyway, I didn't mean to get off on that. But you know my point. Okay. Um, when things go wrong, take time to pray about it, put it in your journal because things will go wrong. And I don't want you to feel defeated. And also, it's a tool book to see your progress. When you make a mistake, what changes have you made? You know what I mean? It's just uh, it's a great thing. So, with all that talking I did, I'm going to try to close out so you have a wonderful morning. But here are the key points. You want to start now. Don't wait for the perfect condition. Don't do it. Don't wait. And then keep going. Build the momentum. Don't fear failure. Just keep building the momentum. Keep building. And then stay focused on your mission and your purpose. Stay focused. Look like this, or not like this. So stay focused on your mission and your purpose because doing a little bit of something, a little bit of that, a little bit of this will only slow your progress, really. You have to get it done. And then remember, God has placed a dream in your heart. And because you are capable of achieving it, you've got this. I know you do. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for subscribing and leaving reviews and past. And then you keep growing. I'm going to keep growing. I'm excited about it. And just like you needed to hear this, I needed to hear this too, because sometimes we all need a reminder. And I will see you all the next time. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe if you're watching it on YouTube. But don't forget to hit the submission, the download button. Yes, hit the download button and download as many as you like. I won't be mad. You can also listen to them later, but please do that. This helps us grow a lot. I really want to be able to say that I did it. Okay, so everyone have a wonderful Thursday. It is Thursday. Oh, have a wonderful Thursday. If you're seeing this later, just have a wonderful day. That's what I meant to say. Just have a wonderful day. And until next time, bye.
Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. And find me on Instagram at IAMCharissaMarie. Also on YouTube at Charissa Marie Wants You to Be Free. Please hit that notification bell, like, comment, and share. Thank you for your support. And let's make 2024 amazing. Thank you so much for coming. We will see you the next time. Bye.